Hello and welcome to the first game of the spring 2022 season for Downingtown West Varsity Lacrosse. I'm Mitchell Weininger and I will be your commentator for today's game. Last year, Downingtown West is coming off a strong year record-wise. They finished 16-5 and 11-1 in the Chestmont, only behind one team. In the playoffs, they unfortunately lost to Garnet Valley 20-7 and Conestoga 11-8. Speaking of their opponent today, will be Strath. They placed 5th in the Central Division last year. They placed 8-3 in the league, and then 11-4 overall. They did not make the playoffs last year, even with a final 3-game winning streak to end their season. Today we will see Zach Rossman starting in net for Downingtown West, and for Strath we'll see Charles Bogert, who will be number 4. Both teams are lining up for the opening face-off. For Downingtown West, there's Zach Rossman, Gaetano Villari, Jacob Toth, Jackson Chiappa, Carter Greer, Michael Straub, Thomas Venzi, Owen Ludmark, Kevin Lonenmark, and lastly of the group, it is for the face-off. It will be Michael Straub versus number 24 Strath, which is Matt Shingle. And here we go. We are now underway of the 2022 varsity lacrosse season. Michael Straub wins the first face-off of the year. He's bombarded with hits from number 24 of Strath. Michael makes it into the offensive area. Coming behind net is Kevin Lundmark. Gets the ball. Number 33, Owen Lundmark, his brother, gets the ball and moves it to the other side. Cut. Going back to number 12 of Downingtown West. And we'll go back out, and it'll be Bram Monroe getting the ball. Bram works it back in towards midfield. Bram works his way in with number 7, Chase Nagel. And then there's a goal. Number 7 of Downingtown West lays it off to number 6, which is Brett Berge, who gets the first goal of the Downingtown West season, and they go up 1-0 with 11:16 here remaining in the first quarter. Number 6 works his way inside off the beautiful lay-in pass and shoots it top corner for the Whippets. Michael Straub once again here on the face-off. Face-off penalty on Strath, and Michael Straub will get the free face-off and will work his way into the offensive zone. Michael lays it in to number 6, the goal scorer Berge. Lays it back to Lundmark. And it goes back out to Monroe. Back towards the midfield for number 5, and that's Eddie Moore. West takes a minute to set up their offense. Lundmark once again with number 14 guarding him, and that's Jeb Finley. 33 lays it to 1 to 5. 5 draws out 17, tries to get past him on the juke. Does not work. However, it does get behind goal. Here comes West on the offensive move. And it's over the net, but saved by Berge. Number 6 going for a second goal. Oh, just misses the left corner. Just barely misses the left corner for Downingtown West as Berge was going for a second of the day. However, West retains possession as number 12, Kevin Lundmark, will work it in. Lundmark works his way back towards the left side of the goalkeeper. Cuts back to his left. Working his way left. Back out to Straub on the outside. Straub is hit by number 7. Works past hit, one's in, and there's another goal. That is Bram Monroe there. Michael Straub works his way in, draws the defender off number 1, Monroe. Monroe works his way in and gets to the left corner of 2-0, 10 minutes left. Here we go, back to the face-off for the Whippets. Michael Straub is 2 up on face-offs, winning one single-handedly and the other due to a penalty on Strath. Here goes Straub, and he will unfortunately not win this one, as number 24 for Strathaven will work it in, and now Strathaven will begin their offensive possession of the game. Number 3 is Jamie Lennart for Strathaven. 10 is Game Broom. Broom works it out. 3 loses the ball, and then number 21 for West will get the ball in order to get that. That is Jacob Toth. He's knocked over, however, no penalty called. Jake gets it again, tries to get it up to Valari. However, he will choose, therefore, to go to Hangy. Hangy works his way in. 2 saves it from going off sides. That is Greer. Greer works his way back towards the middle line. And then now we are back into a West possession on the offensive side. 33 passes it to 12. 12 to 1. And now we're back to Straub on the outside towards the left orange line. West will take a minute to set up their offensive movements. And 5 will now carry the ball in. 5 lays it off to 6. 6 to 33. 33 working around to 12. 1 gets it back again. 5. Once again, number 6 and number 1 for Downingtown West are goal scorers. That is Monroe and Berge. Lundmark lays it off to his brother once again, and it's just around the world right now for Downingtown West as they look to get their 3rd goal on the afternoon. Number 5 works his way in, however he just chooses to pass it, and there is a penalty. Flags fly up from both referees. West working here on the advantage. Works his way in, and that's a goal! On the advantage, Owen Lundmark gets his 1st of the year, and it is 3-0 Downingtown West with 8:15 left in the 1st period. We have a really strong half here to begin the year for Downingtown West. And the goal will count, and they will start with possession towards the back of the goal line. Here we are, lays it off to goal scorer Lundmark. Straub to 12, back to Straub, back to Lundmark, back to Berge, back to Lundmark, back to Straub. Thinks about shooting, passes it up. 1 to 12, 12 to 8. Moving it around. Nice passing here so far from... Oh, and just misses the left corner there for West. And West will retain possession. That was Eddie Moore there on the shot. Here comes West back into offensive motion. And Berge, just misses it to the right side, and it will stay in West possession. West just barreling on shots here. There was a scoring mistake by the referees. They have taken off the goal from Downingtown West. However, it still says 2-0 in West's favor, and just misses the goal there for Berge, who is one of the goal scorers on the afternoon, along with Monroe. Speaking of Monroe, he is running all the way back towards the fence to grab the ball in order to continue the offensive onslaught West has had so far in this game. To 12, to 8, to Lundmark, back to Straub, back to Lundmark again, and there's a goal! Number 1, Monroe, gets his goal, and he now has 2 on the afternoon. It is now 3-0 Downingtown West with goals from Bram Monroe and Brett Berge. We now have 7:23 remaining in the 1st period. Straub is 2 for 3 on faceoffs today. 24 is 1 for 3. Alright, here we go. Face-off about to begin. Referee says it's good. And Straub will win again. That is 3 for 4 on the afternoon. Straub makes his way in. Oh, and he had a great pass there to Lundmark. Unfortunately could not handle it, but his brother will hit the ball as he is surrounded by Strathaven defenders. And the referees call stop to play, and that is our first timeout from Strathaven as we reach the 7:12 mark here in the first period. It is now 3-0 Downingtown West to begin the 2022 season. Welcome back as we work our way out of the first stoppage of the game due to a Strathaven timeout. Just to reiterate, it is 3-0 Downingtown West with 2 goals from Bram Monroe and 1 from Brett Berge. And West will start with the ball as Lundmark works his way out to 1, to 5, 6, to 33. That's Lundmark again, his brother. Back to other Lundmark. And back to Monroe. Back to 5, which is Eddie Moore. Joggles it for a little bit, however, will maintain possession of the ball. Lundmark works his way around the world. Lundmark retains possession. Monroe. Moore working his way in. Berge. Lundmark. Strath works his way in. Will he get a shot off? No, he won't. Defender from Strathaven giving him troubles. That's 58, Britt Hull. Number 12 here from Downingtown West working his way in, and will lose possession in the final stage of that attack. 35 from Strathaven will begin the attack. That's Kevin Morris, captain. And Strathaven quick on the attack. However, they have called a timeout. And with 6 minutes left in the first period, that is 2 timeouts of Strathaven to 3 goals of Downingtown West. As we now come out of the timeout, Strathaven will have its almost second possession of the game. The first possession ended with a turnover for Strathaven, picked up by Jake Toth. Here we go. Strathaven works 6 to 47. 47-32. 3 working it around behind Toth on him. Number 2 from West, that's Carter Greer on the ball right now, trying to push the offense around. 6 gets the ball, however, is immediately greeted by number 7. Low shot blocked by 2 of Downingtown West, and that is Carter Greer. Toth pursuing the ball behind the net. Toth still pursuing. Almost gets to stick to the ball, however, it is worked its way out back to the orange line for Strathaven. And Strath trying to work his way in. However, it's denied. 32 on the ball. And he'll lose the ball again and again. And Carter Greer, oh, he almost had possession. However, is pushed off the ball. Toth tries to retain possession. And it will be Downingtown West ball. Great effort there from Jake Toth to pursue the defender and get the ball back for the team. Oh, great passing here from Downingtown West as they work their way up the field and have already entered the offensive zone. That is Berge working his way in. Lundmark still behind that. Berge, 23, that's the first time we've seen him today. That's Liam Nicholas, senior. 12, that's Kevin Lundmark. 45 also out there, that's Remy Hoxis, Jr. And he gets the stick knocked out of his hands. That's number 12, Kevin Lundmark. And it's a turnover for Strath on the attack. 23 tries to work his way out of midfield for West, and he will. It gets to Lundmark, younger of the two. And West will once again enter the offensive zone. Looks like we're seeing here a little bit of the second string here for West as the starters take a breather. Toth's still out there on defense. Defense hadn't had much to worry about so far in this game. Still 3-0 with 3:30 left here in the first period. 26 to 23. 23 back behind that to Lundmark. Lundmark trying to juke his way. He gets past the defender. Shot off. Oh, off the stick of the goalie. Almost in there. But that is a great attack there from Downingtown West. Strathhaven on the attack now. Now at midfield. And loses the ball. That's great defense there from number 44, Venzi. Venzi working his way into the offensive zone. Passes it to 33, Lundmark. And West will settle in for another offensive offense. Lundmark working the offense here. Goes behind net. Works his way out. Weak pass, but still picked up by West. That's 5 there. That's Eddie Moore. Straub is now back out for West as one Monroe, who's a goal scorer today, passes to Straub. The other goal scorer today, Birdie, back to Straub. Straub just passing around here for Downingtown West. Lundmark with the ball. Lundmark to Monroe. Back to Eddie Moore. Straub. Berge. Back to Straub. A little game of throw around right now for Downingtown West as they try to draw out the clock here with 2 minutes left here in the first period. West has a very slow approach to their offense today. But however, it's worked, and their defense has been amazing. And now, number 2 again! That's a goal for Downingtown West as Carter Greer, the junior, scores for West, and he grabs his first of the year. It is now 4-0, Downingtown West with 1:56 left here in the first period. A look ahead for Downingtown West. Next week, they travel to Wilson in an away match. Then they are home against Coatesville, home against Reading, home against Avongrove, away against Henderson, away against Metacathon, away against Westchester East, home against Bishop Shanahan, away against Great Valley, away against Sun Valley, home against bitter rivals Great Garnet Valley from last year's playoffs. That will be a Saturday game at 10 a.m. And then we have Bayard Ruston coming to town, then O&J Roberts away, then we have East versus West, battle of the 2 Downingtown high schools. And then we have Kennett away, Unionville at home, Oxford away, and then we begin playoffs. Off the face-off, Michael Straub does win it, however, is knocked away. However, West will still maintain possession. And there will be a penalty on Strathhaven. It won't matter as Downingtown West will now work their way unoffended into their offensive zone. Referees discussing a possible penalty here on Downingtown West after they did call a penalty on Strathhaven. Carter Greer getting told what to do here. He will start at the outside of the white, as in the words of the referee. And Greer works his way in after getting a nice little slap in the back there from Strathhaven. And West will go on the attack. Straub head of the attack. Straub to Strath. Strath will try to spear his way in, and it is a pass that is picked off by number 8, RI. There is a flag for on West. Strathaven defender got his stick ripped out, and the referee didn't like that. However, Strathaven player retaliated in return and didn't like it as well. So it looks like we will have 2 penalties on both teams. All right, Strathaven looking to go on to its 3rd offensive drive of the game. See what they can do here. Looks like number 1 has received a penalty. Monroe for Downingtown West will be on the sideline for a little bit as he serves out a penalty. And Strathaven now working its way into the offensive zone, looking for its first goal of its season. We got 32-19, 10-3, 3 back to 19. 19 seems to be the head of their offense. 6 works his way in past 7. However, he will get there and he will hit the top of the bar and it will roll untested to the corner. Strathaven will maintain possession. 32-10. 10 back to 32. 32. 6. Bouncing shot works his way into the top right corner. He is showboating a little bit. On the goal scorer there, that's Austin Connor for Strathaven. Nice little bouncing shot that bounces underneath the stick of Zach Rossman, the West goalie. And Connor had something to say to the West fans in attendance. See if that will lead to any Strathaven attacked, as that was Strathaven's first goal in 4 offensive drives, and this one off a penalty as West was a man down due to Monroe's penalty. Strath looking to go 4 for 5 on faceoffs today. Strath will have a nice little attack there for 44, and that will be a penalty on 44. West crowd does not like the penalty, however the ref does agree that 44, as Venzi, was unsportsmanlike in the hitting of the stick of the Strathaven attacker. Now Strathaven will get the ball at midfield off of the face-off. Alright. This time, Venzi will not have to serve the penalty and will be allowed back on the field. Here we go, 19 for Strathaven starts their 5th offensive sequence of the game.
30 seconds, Steve, 30 seconds!
25 seconds left here in the period. Oh, a nice strip by Venzi. Makes up for his penalty with a nice strip of the ball of number 6. Now Jake Toth is working his way up. Gets it to Greer. Greer working his way quick as there's 13 seconds left. Greer with the shot, and the bounce shot is spiked, and Lundmark will retain possession for Downingtown West as 8 seconds left. Need a quick shot off here. Monroe trying to get in. Anything. Greer, and the ball will, oh, it almost works its way in, and Strathaven goalie Boger just sends the ball out, and at the end of the first period of the 2022 season, Downingtown West leads 4-1 with goals from Monroe, Berge, and Greer. Welcome back to the second period of play here in the Downingtown West season opener. We now go back to our match, which is 4-1 in favor of the Whippets. Straub looking to get another face-off win. He is in favor versus the Strathaven counterpart. And that is a false start on the Strathaven defender, and Straub will work his way into the zone. Quick attack in here from Berge. Or that was Eddie Moore, pardon me. Berge to Lundmark. Lundmark to Monroe. Monroe to Greer. And then we work our way back to where we started with Straub. Straub to Berge. Back to Lundmark. Back to Lundmark behind a goal again. We're just going in circles. However, it is working for the Whippets as they have scored 4 goals from sequences like this. Straub will now spearhead the attack in. Straub in his way almost runs over the Strathaven defender. Lundmark on the outside of the orange. He'll be now back to 5. Eddie Moore spins his move. Still working his way in, and we'll drop it back off to Berge. Berge looking for options. And we'll decide to go in, try to go left, however he's denied. We'll work his way back towards the top where Straub is located. And will he lay it off or try to go for it again? He will go for it again, and the shot is bouncy shot near the blue line for the goalkeeper, however. Bounces straight up into the sticks, and the goalie corrals it. 11 for Strathaven, working his way in. Strathaven, number 19, now has the ball. Number 6, goal scorer for Strathaven, Connor, passes it off. 32 gets the pass for 47. 32 passes to 3. 3 once again working the way around, trying to break down the West defense. However, the West defense has been clean today other than the 1 goal. Jake Toph has been outstanding along with Greer. Rossman has been superb as well, saving, I believe, 3 out of 4 shots today. Connor once again gets the ball. 7 playing great defense. And that is Valari. And Valari will miss the net, and West will get the ball. 13, Chiappa for West gets the ball. 19 works his way up for West. That's Hangy. Hangy up to 44, which is Venzi. Venzi to 1. 1 to 33, and Lunkhead scores. Lundmark. What a goal right over the head of the Strathaven goalkeeper who went low to save the shot. West students in attendance are cheering on their Whippets as they are now ahead 5-1 in the second period as it's 9:26 left here in the game. Alright, Straub on the face-off. And Straub will get it, and it will be, it bounces out of the stick. Whistle is blown, and it will be a penalty on Strathaven West ball. Once again, to reiterate, great offensive sequence there from West, working their way up the field. Ends in a goal from Owen Lundmark, the younger brother of Kevin Lundmark, and he's a sophomore. Nice shot there from 44. Venzi is saved. Now West will have to go back on the defense. And that is a penalty on Strathaven. West will get the ball back. 19, which is Hangy, works his way up, passes it to Lundmark, who is now a goal scorer on the day officially. Greer has the ball. And Straub, after the substitution and a brief break, comes back on the field. Straub passes it in the 6, which is Berge. Berge to Eddie Moore, who is working his way back from an ACL injury suffered last year, as with the brace on his leg. See what he can do today. 45, Hoskus works his way in. Hawkus to 12, which is Kevin Lundmark, back to his brother. $33 to 6. 6 working his way up. 6 going in. 6 looking for the shot, and he's dispossessed. However, the ball still in the air, and oh, great defense and seal there from Strath. 12 looking to maintain possession, and he does. West continues to have possession. Great keep away there from number 12, which is Kevin Lundmark, and oh, almost goal there from Hawkus. Hawkus almost gets on the goal sheet, and 33 Lundmark cannot get to the ball in time, and it will be Strathaven ball. Back to Connor, who's the Bogert, who's the goalie. It's 5-1 now in favor of the Whippets. Connor scored for Strathaven. 2 goals from Monroe. Interception there from Strath. Strath in the open net and misses it, unfortunately. Strath had a wide open net after the interception from the goalkeeper, and unfortunately could not capitalize on it, and will maintain a 5-1 game. That was really close there from Strath. He'll probably get another one of those later in the game. However, we are still early in the season. Everybody's still trying to get warmed up. 47 makes the attack into the offensive area for Strathaven. 19 currently has the ball. Six. Working on 7, which is Valari.
All right, Kate.
Great defense. Strathaven not getting an open look. Have not had a open look all game. Great defense there, and it is taken away by Greer. Great defense from him. Greer leads the attack up the field. And Greer makes his way to the orange line and stops, and passes it off to the one of the goal scorers there, Berge. And he passes it off to 1, which is Monroe. Scored twice today. Straub. Back to Monroe. Monroe lays it off. Monroe leading the passing around here for West. Back to Straub. 33 Lundmark, one of the goal scorers today as well. 45 Hawkus passes it around. And we're back to Monroe on the outside. Straub, let's see if he goes on the attacker. Nope, lays it off to Monroe. Monroe will lead the strike in. Passes it off to Berge. Berge looking 33, darted in. 12 wide open, and it's off the left leg of the goalkeeper and will go behind, and West will maintain possession. That was 12 Lundmark, Kevin Lundmark there, looking for his goal of the year. Now younger Lundmark working around. Thinks about passing it, however, will just go underneath the stick of 14 for Strathaven. 1 Monroe working his way in. See what he can do here. Works into Straub, and Straub with the low line shot makes his way underneath the stick of the goalie, and now it is 6-1 Downingtown West. Straub makes up for that open net miss, and he gets his goal with 5 minutes left in the second period. Straub on the faceoff, and he will win it once again. Straub has been amazing. He's looked so much more improved than last season on faceoffs. He is seemingly unstoppable at the moment. Lundmark to Berge. Berge passing to the newly subbed on Monroe, who took a brief breather, and he is knocked over. He's being beaten apart here by Strathaven defense. And West still maintains possession at the end of all that. Crazy sequence of events there. And now the sun shines out here on a windy day here at Di Serafino Stadium in Downingtown.
Focus, guys, focus. Let's go.
Monroe will lead the charge here. Pass it to Sixbergy. Lundmark. Straub. Straub just scored for Downingtown West. And Straub working his way on 24. Gets past the stick. Going for the shot. And he will shoot it over. And that went into the woods, but it will maintain West ball either way. That was a great opening from Straub. However, it sends it a little bit above the bar, and it bounces its way behind the net. Oh, no look pass there for 12. That was almost amazing. And works off the stick of... That was just some crazy sequence of events there. 33 hits it off his helmet. Lays it out to Monroe. Monroe tries the long snipe, and the snipe goes over the bar. However, Straub makes sure West will retain possession. Straub in a new position, now behind the net, works his way to the front of the net. Back to 2. And wow, what a goal! He went through the legs of the goalie, Bogert, and now Greer grabs the second of the game. It is now 7-1 Downingtown West. West looks so much improved this year, and that's not a little exaggeration. They do look improved this year, as they look amazing so far through a period and a half. We now have 3:30 left here in the second period. West leads 7-1. Back from our little timeout break. Strath even called timeout as they have now allowed 4 unanswered goals to Downingtown West. Goal scorers today: 2 for Monroe, 2 for Greer, 1 for Berge, 1 for Straub, and 1 from Owen Lundmark. Straub on the face-off once again. Here we are as we look to head into halftime, as right now West has that 6-goal advantage. Straub is found to have gone early, and Strathaven will get the ball as the first face-off penalty for Straub so far today. Strathaven now begins offensive maneuvers. 10 past 32. 32 to goal scorer Connor, which is 6. Weird behind the pass there from 6 Connor, the goal scorer. 32 does pick it up. 10 will grab it, and 47 will restart the offense here for Strathaven. 47 is trying to make his way past the defense for West, which has been outstanding so far today. That was 44. That was Venzi there. Number 6 trying to work in, double teamed by Chiappa and Valari, and he works it out. 19 looking for the shot, and will pass it up and instead try to work it around once again.
Talk it up, G.
32 passes it out. 6 Connor. Connor being bombarded with Valari, and it goes over the net. Nice step over there from Rossman. Here comes another Strathaven attack. 47 is bombarded by the West defense, who prevents him from getting a clean shot off. referee's confused on what to do here. One ref said West ball, and the other two said it was Strathaven, and the two outweigh the one, and Strathaven will maintain possession. 19 had the ball, and a West player is tripped. Greer is tripped, however, no penalty. And Jake Toth working on the defense, kicks the ball forward, see if he can get it to 6, and it does. Oh, and he unfortunately bounces out of his stick. Now we're working our way back up the field. Goalie coming out once again. Makes a clean pass unlike the last time. Almost allowed a open net goal to Michael Straub. 47 now entering the offensive zone here for Strathaven. 32 has the possession. Now we got a little scrum here for the ball, and Greer comes out on top. Greer working his way down the field. It's an offensive and push forward for West, and they have the advantage. And however, and Greer was not paying attention as Benzie passed the ball into no man's land. Jackson settles it, moves it up, and it'll be a timeout Downingtown West, their first of the game. Score with 58 seconds left before halftime, 7-1. Welcome back from our timeout break, and West will now have possession as Straub goes to retrieve it. West will now look to add on another goal, maybe even more before halftime, which ends in about 58 seconds. Passes it to number 5. 5 works his way in, that's Moore. Moore lays it off to Berge. Berge to Lundmark. Lundmark to Straub. Straub back to Lundmark. Lundmark passes on to his brother and passes to Straub instead. And Straub will determine what to do as they are looking to chew out clock here before halftime. Straub trying to get past the defender. He does. Another Strathaven defender pulls off to try to greet him. 5 Eddie Moore and just misses the net. He had the goalkeeper beat. However, it just barely crosses over the bar. Lundmark works his way in. Lundmark going for 2. Lundmark gets it, and it's, he just misses it wide. Lundmark once again, we got 9, 8, 7 seconds left on the clock. Lundmark going for one more goal for West. West, and just misses and hits Berge in the head. And it'll now be 2.3 seconds here before halftime. Two, 1. And the last second shot does not go in for Straub, as West will head into their first halftime of the season up 6 goals as they lead 7-1. Hello and welcome back to the second half of Downingtown West lacrosse action. Once again, I'm Mitchell Weiniger, and Downingtown West leads Strathaven 7-1. Straub will once again be on face-offs. There were no changes at the half at either end for goalie. To reiterate, as Straub gets this half underway, it will be Monroe for 2, Greer for 2, Owen Lundmark for 1, Berge for 1, and Straub for 1 in terms of goals for Downingtown West. And for Strathaven, Connor, the lone goal scorer. Strathaven gets possession after a lengthy face-off. Berge rushing the keeper to make a quick pass. However, the pass does make his way out as 14 works his way up the left side. 14 up the left side. 6 to 42. 42 loses it, and it gets hit off the ball. And there will be a penalty on West. No say on who. But it looks like the referee did not like the sequence of events there that Greer put on to the Strathaven man. 19 to 33. Just to say, to comment out here, the defense has been superb for Downingtown West today. Not giving anything up. The one shot was a fluke that went through the legs of Rossman. Nice little bounce shot. And 32 as he trips, loses the ball, and looks like the referees are going to call a penalty on West. And referees still didn't like that. 19 with the cross check. It will retain Strathhaven. Wind picking up here at the Serafino Stadium here on a, you'd say, typical March day here. Not looking like it's going to be a typical March day next week as it drops into the 40s. However, the weather for Coatesville game does look nice, but however, the weather as West travels to Wilson doesn't look that good. 19 gets the pass from 32. 19 trying to move 3 out to the left side. However, it was used as a distraction. Back to 19. Back to 32. 32 going for the shot, and it bounces through. Bounce shot has gotten Rossman twice today. However, West still leads 7-2. There's 32 there on the goal for Strathaven. That's Jameson Cerrillo. It is now 7-2, West with 10:21 left in the third period. Straub here. Straub, who has been really good on faceoff so far today. He got turned the wrong way by the Strathaven attacker, and West gets called for the penalty, even though all of West, and I agree, said that it was on the Strathaven defender, and I agree with that. Number 3 for Strathaven originally loses the pass, and he'll officially lose it, and as Venzi does a great job, along with the help of Jake Toth, to get the ball. Chiappa will begin the possession here for West. And once he gets the go-ahead here from the referee, we can get back on our way here with 10 minutes left. Chiappa has to tie his shoes. He is a senior at STEM, along with Straub and Jake Toth. Another STEM member is, and that is a goal from Strathaven, along with Eddie Moore is a member from STEM. However, that is another goal from West. For Strathaven, number 19 there, as he took advantage of the turnover, and that is Tate Gorman. Strathaven mounting a comeback here. It is now 7-3 with under 10 minutes here to play in the third period.
Don't worry about it. Take care of business.
Straub wins the face-off, and here goes West into the offensive zone quick. Straub to, it looks like, Berge. Berge to Monroe. Monroe out to Lundmark. Lundmark to Monroe, and Monroe decides not to go the other way, and instead will run it out to the outside himself. Eddie Moore gets in on the attack. Eddie, and that's Straub. to Berge. Berge back to Strath. Strath will see if he goes on the attack or decides to continue the pass around. He will go on the offensive move. Strath looking for a pass, makes it into Monroe. Monroe gets hit and he will lose possession. Ball still on the ground. Pick it up and he misplays it. Misplays it again and Lundmark gets it back. As Owen Lundmark, the sophomore, Lundmark's still working his way in and he gets his stick tapped, and that is a penalty on Strathaven, and West will get the ball back. Crazy sequence of events there, and it looks like West is really close to scoring its 8th on the day. Strathaven coach trying to tell the referees that it was not a foul by demonstrating the arm movement, and referee then describing back to him what the defender did, and it will stay as West possession. Back in play, it will be Lundmark to Straub, back to Lundmark, to the other Lundmark, and it will be Berge to Straub, Straub back to Berge, Berge underneath, and he tries to get the left corner and misses wide. However, Monroe makes sure West keeps possession. Monroe, who won the race, will start possession. Back out to the older Burkhead, Lundmark. Straub, Lundmark, Berge. Back to Lundmark. Straub, will he pass it or go on the attack? He will decide to pass it back to the older Lundmark. West looking to pick up the pace. Monroe looking for the goal, and that was almost his hat trick. And it looked like 6 there. Berge made it, won the race. However, the referee, who was closest to the Strathaven man, said Strathaven won the race, and that's where we will pick up. 8:20 left here, 7-3 in favor of the Whippets. Strathaven now looking to add on to its 2 goals so far this period. Working his way in. 35 was on a mission, and Venzi makes sure he loses the ball. Greer adding defense, and timeout Strathaven to prevent the loss of possession. We are now hitting our first timeout, and it is now with 8:03 left in the 3rd period, 7-3 Whippets. As we come out of the Strathaven timeout, there will be 8 minutes left here to play. Strathaven called timeout to prevent the loss of possession. Let's see what happens here.
Well, now, Dave, what do you say?
West defense looking to once again resettle themselves in. They had a shaky start to the half, however, have prevented the last 2 Strathaven attacks. Connor works his way in. Greer with a great interception. Greer has been outstanding today on both ends. 2 goals and a lot of steals. Here comes Greer. He will lead the attack out for the Whippets. Whip and long pass to Venzi, who corrals it. Venzi working his way up past Hatfield. And he will work his way to the left side. And he finds Straub, who corrals it. Straub working his way in, looking for the shot, and he will get it, and he scores! His 2nd of the year and 2nd of the day. West goes up 8-3 off the goal from Michael Straub, the senior, with 7:42 left here in the 3rd period. That was a great start there from Greer. Greer works his way up to Venzi. Venzi finds Straub. Straub runs all the way to the goal and scores to the left side of the net, or the right side of the keeper. And Straub unfortunately went early on the face-off. And it will now be Strath even. Pressure automatically being put on by Michael Duff. No, that's Venzi. Pardon me. Venzi trying to apply as much pressure as possible. Number 42 from Strathaven fell down. Number 3 passes to 19. 19 passes to the 6, who's one of the goal scorers here for Strathaven. Great defense there from Valari to Greer, who has been outstanding today, playing the defense onto the ball now. And the no-look pass doesn't go anywhere as Venzi corrals it. Who passes up to 19. Hangy forces the defender to fall down. Unfortunately, he loses possession. Connor working his way up. 7, Valari putting great pressure on him, along with Jake Toth. And Strathaven will now begin the attack from outside the area. Nineteen receives for Strathaven. Jackson Chiappa forces him off the ball in a great play. However, Connor works his way in. Left shot is wide of the net and will maintain on Strathaven's possession. However, the shot from Connor goes wide of the net as Rossman prevented it from even going close. Chiappa had a great defensive move there to prevent the Strathaven offense from getting close to the net. However, and another great defense move. Greer applying pressure. 21, Jake Toth applying pressure to Connor. Connor being double teamed. Hangy trying to force 16 into a pass. He does. 3. Now has Jackson Chiappa on him. Chiappa forces the attacker to go to the left side. 32 working his way in. 32 from behind. Greer prevents him from getting the bounce shot off. And even though it stays in Strathaven possession, that was a great move there to prevent a shot on goal. Jackson forces 16 to go to Hangy. Hangy to 10. 10. Oh, nice spin move and works it over. That was a great spin there for number 10. That's Gabe Broom there on the goal. Great move to get past the defender. There's nothing that he could have done about it. Great move, and Rossman was left out to dry there. And unfortunately, Strathaven now gets another goal. However, West is still ahead, 8-4, with 5 minutes left in the third period. Straub on the face-off once again. Straub wins the face-off. He's been outstanding today. Straub has only 24 to beat on the attack. 24 tries to hit a stick out of his hands. Doesn't work. And now West is on the attack. Lundmark to Monroe. Monroe to Greer. 2 goals on the day for both Monroe and Greer. Straub has 2 as well. Straub receives it. And then the ball goes to 6. Berge. Berge has a goal on the day. Berge goes in, and it is saved by Connor. He doesn't know where he is. And the ball works its way behind. However, Strathaven maintains possession. Great interception there from Eddie Moore. Eddie Moore tries to get off the Straub. He does get it off the Straub. Straub working his way in. And Lundmark scores! Great move there from Straub. Lundmark scores, and that is the second on the day. We have now 4 players with braces. Monroe has 2 goals. Greer has 2 goals. And Straub has 2 goals. Now Owen Lundmark, the sophomore, has 2 goals. The loner, who has not who is different from everybody else in the score sheet, is Brett Berge. He scored the first goal of the season to make it a 1-0 game back in the first period. Now, with 4:16 left here in the third period, West leads 9-4. Straub trying to get another face-off win, and he does. Straub going quickly into the offensive zone. He doesn't look of passing, and he goes straight for net, and it's off the post. Venzi retrieves it at the orange line, and now Greer works it back out to Lundmark. Straub works his way off for a substitution, and West will take the breather. Lundmark to Lundmark, Monroe, and back to Greer at the center mark. Lundmark to Monroe, Monroe to Nicholas. Back to Lundmark behind the net. Lundmark, the older, it jukes in, and he does get the defender by. He's in on net, and he will go behind the net, try to get around one more time, looking for the pass option or the shot, and he gets it. He juked the defender multiple times and gets it. Now both Lundmarks have now scored, and now Kevin Lundmark makes it 10-4. It is now 10-4 with 3:15 left here in the third period. After what looked like Strathaven was starting to turn the momentum, West comes back fast as they now have a 6-goal advantage on Strathaven. Once again, 10-4, goal, Lundmark, specifically Kevin. Straub looking once again to get the face-off win, and he does! Wow, Straub is amazing so far on face-offs today. Berge working his way around. Berge has Lundmark to his right, and he will pass it out. Straub calls for it, and he gets it. And then now Monroe, more joining in on the left side. Back to Straub. Back to Berge. To Lundmark, who just scored. He has 1 goal compared to his brother's 2. Let's see if he can try to match it. And Monroe gets it. And we're back to Straub at the top. Will he lead the attack, or will they keep passing around? They can pass it around, see how many more passes they do before they decide to go in on that. Lundmark. Back to Berge. Berge. Straub. Back to Monroe. Straub, the two goal scorers amongst the 4 here for West today. And Straub going in for a hat trick. Looks like he will have it. And just gets a stick on it. Number 4 for Strathaven just barely gets a stick on it. That's Bogert, the goalie, just gets a stick on it, and that prevents Straub from getting his 3rd on the day. Monroe looks to have sprained his ankle and is now unfortunately down on the ground. And we now have an injury timeout. Monroe scored 2 on the day. Looks like he sprained his ankle. Well, let's see if it's a cramp or a ankle injury. Every team member on the field has taken a knee, including the benches. Once again on the ground is Bram Monroe Jr. for West, has 2 goals on the day. It looks like a freak accident as he was going to prevent Strathaven from entering the zone. Looks like he either cramped up or his ankle got twisted the wrong way. Let's see if he'll be able to continue today's game. And Monroe works his way up, still limping on that left side, and he will work his way off the field. West will make the according substitution. And now Strathaven will continue their attack. Number 10 for Strathaven will begin. We are now under 2 minutes left here to play in the third period. West leads 10-4. And Venzi with another strip, and he will retain possession for the Whippets. Working away down here to Greer. Greer looking for his hat trick. Will he go for net? Try to get to the net? No, he lays it off to Kevin Burkhead. Burkhead, and he misses it left. However, his brother is there to make sure West retains possession. Great counterattack there for West. West has been deadly on those. We'll see if we can get another goal here. Lays it off to 5. Monroe to Nicholas. Nicholas to Berge. Berge back to Burkhead. Lundmark. To the other Lundmark. Back to Monroe. To Nicholas. To Berge. Berge going in. See if he can get a second of the day. And it is unfortunately too weak of a shot due to the Strath Haven defender getting a stick on it. And yet West will retain possession. Berge gets the ball back. And there will be a timeout from Strath Haven, I believe. And with 54.5 seconds left on the clock, West leads 10-4. We are now back. West working the possession. Seeing it around. Works his way back to Moore. Moore to Berge. Berge back to Moore. Moore to Strath, who is back on the field. Monroe, who just injured his left ankle calf area, is still on the sideline getting treatment. So Straub will work it in. He's trying to get past the Strath Haven defender. He gets it off to Berge. Berge works his way to the right side of the goalkeeper. Berge looking for a shot. He will get an opportunity to. However, the Strath Haven defender does come back. And low shot is saved from Berge. And, Lundmark. And that will be a flag. 2 people down on the field. That is Berge. And Lundmark gets back up, unfortunately being knocked over. Unfortunately, Berge, who has 2 goals on the day, is down. Looks like he got a stray stick from a Strath Haven defender. As we now have 7 seconds left here in the 3rd period. Athletic trainer Matt is out to check Berge out. He seems to be in some pain. We'll take a brief break. Berge, after getting his knee checked out by the athletic trainer, it looks like he re-injured that right knee, which had a brace on it due to a previous injury, will work his way gingerly off the field with the support of Matt, the athletic trainer, and the head coach. As we come back to game action with 7 seconds left in the third period, West leads by 6 goals as they lead 10-4 with 2 goals from Monroe, 2 goals from Monroe, 2 goals from Greer, 1 from Berge, 2 from Straub, 2 for Owen Lundmark, and 1 for Kevin Lundmark. And we're back out as Owen Lundmark gets it started. Hits it in immediately to Moore, and Moore's quick shot goes wide of the net. West is really going after Strath here. Straub, and the quick shot does not get a chance to go off, as at the end of the third period, West leads 10-4, going into the final 10 minutes of play. Welcome back, as Michael Straub will have the ball here for Downingtown West to get the game started. There'll be a false start on Straub, and he will now, Strath will now work its way into the offensive zone. Venzi with the interception, working his way in, passes it into 12, which is Burkhead, and off the legs of the goalie. Very, very close there. And out of bounds on Strath, and West will now get the ball. Number 2 works his way in. 2 is Greer looking for his hat trick. Straub also looking for a hat trick. Passes it to Lundmark. Lundmark to Lundmark. Monroe is back on the field after suffering that left leg injury. Looks like he just got some tape on it. Straub to Moore. Moore to Lundmark. And there's the goal. An amazing goal there from Lundmark as he gets his second on the day. It is now 11-4. West with 11 minutes left here to play in the fourth period. And Michael wins another face-off. It's getting repetitive at this point. He's just been so automatic at it. Greer works his way in. Greer unfortunately trips. However, great hand-eye coordination to keep control of the ball. He's just playing toy with this defender here, and he gets it back to Greer. Great play there from Greer to Straub. Hands the ball off as he's subbed off. Moore now has the ball. Straub hands it back. Moore receives it back from Lundmark. Both Lundmarks now have 2 goals on the day. Straub looking to receive it. And we're now back behind the goal with Monroe. To Owen Lundmark. To Nicholas. Nicholas trying to get past the defender. .23 Nicholas. Back to Monroe. Monroe still has it. Has one hand on the stick. And Moore gets his first goal in a long time. He was out for a majority of last season due to an ACL injury. However, he is now ahead in the goal sheet. Now West leads 12-4 with 9:38 left in the 4th period. And Straub wins another face-off. Let's see what he can do here. Working his way all the way in. And he lobs it up to... Oh, Lundmark couldn't handle it. However, Straub gets it back off the in and out of the stick of Lundmark. Lundmark to Greer. Greer passes it to the most recent goal scorer, Moore. Straub going for the hat trick, and he sails it over the bar. He had the goalkeeper beat, however, it does go over the bar. And Strath even now on the attack. To Toth, and what a save to make it go behind the net for Rossman. And number 6, who's one of the goal scorers for Strathaven, is knocked down. However, it was found that it was no foul play indeed, and West will now have the ball. Referee's now discussing it. Originally signaled West's ball. Let's see where it goes. And they will say Strathaven will maintain possession. Connor, one of the goal scorers for Strathaven, will take it in. 7, Valari, not letting him get too far in. Valari peckering 6. 47 receives the ball for Strathaven. Goes to 10. 10 tries to work his way inside. And Valari makes sure he doesn't get far. Venzi flips it up to number 19. Dean Hangy. Hangy up. Monroe to Lundmark. Lundmark thought he still had the ball, however, it did bounce behind him. However, we'll see if he can still get it. And unfortunately, Strathaven will retain possession. West defense doing a great job. There you go. That's a nice play there. And West, Venzi now leading the attack, crosses it over to Greer right in front of us. Monroe working it around. Monroe going in on net. Monroe going for that trick, and he just misses it wide.
Good take.
And West will retain possession as Lundmark wins the battle. Lundmark working his way in. Lundmark to Monroe. Monroe trying to get that hat trick. And foul on West, and it will be Strathaven ball. Strathaven goalie sends it up to past midfield, and number 15 from Strathaven makes his way in, and the ball is bobbled by one of the Strathaven attackers. And Jackson Chiappa peckers him. 15 couldn't get the ball in time, and Greer picks it up for West and will work it back on the counterattack. Greer has a wide open path down the middle of the field. Greer will calmly walk it in, and it will go back to Lundmark. Straub and Moore back on the field for the Whippets. Lundmark to his brother. See if he'll pass it back. Nope, Lundmark going for 3. Both Lundmarks on 2 goals. Oh, and Lundmark, he tries the behind the back. Unfortunately, is stopped by the Strathaven goalkeeper. And their goalkeeper sails the pass over the attacker. Moore will receive it. He has 1 goal on the day, and he'll work his way past the orange line. Eddie looking around, and we'll pass it to Straub. Vancy goes off for Nicholas. Nicholas receives it right off the bench. Lundmark to Lundmark. Lundmark sets a screen for the other one. Kevin, the eldest one, working his way in, has a way on net, going for the hat trick, and he gets it! Hat trick, Kevin Lundmark gets his 3rd of the season and 3rd on the day, and we have our first official hat trick of the 2022 season. West now leads 13-4 with 5:23 left to play in the 4th period. New person there on the face-off. That is Dominic Verano. Unfortunately, does not win it, and it looks like West will now put in the backups on offense as Straub gets a breather. 19 on 19. A little bit number war over there. See what goes on here. That's Dean Hange playing some defense. Number 19 for Strathaven passes to 42. 42 bounces it over the net. Bounce shot does not go, and it will go behind for Strathaven possession. Ball is quickly won. 32 gets it to 16. 16 to 19. Jackson playing some great defense on 19 there for Strathaven. That's Tate Gorman. Tate Gorman loses possession, however, 42 for Strathaven picks it up. That's Marco Kaufman. Kaufman throws it up there, and Connor, one of the goal scorers for Strathaven, will pick it up. And Strathaven will call a timeout with 4:16 left here to play in the 4th period as West leads 13-4. Timeout has ended, and West leads 13-4 with 4:16 left in the 4th period, and Strathaven will have possession when the play resumes. Strath Haven, 3 passes to 32. 32 working his way around. 32 has a goal on the day. That is Jamison Cerrillo. 7. Valari pushes them past the orange line. Connor receives it. He attacks number 9, who is the new substitute for Michael Straub. That's Dominic Verano. Dom Verano playing some good defense here. And however, Strath Haven does retain possession. Valari trying to get the ball out. Verano. Chiappa chases the ball. Chiappa on Connor. Connor doing some cut moves, and he will miss the net. He will go behind, but stay Strath Haven ball. 3:29 remaining here in the game. Strath Haven, number 3, works his way behind. Number 19 still behind the net. 19, and the interception by Venzi. Venzi finally gets it after some battle on the ground. And now Valari will work his way up the field. Fast attack for Toth. Toth can't go past the line, so he has to work his way back. Lundmark, his brother, Kevin, number 12, has a hat trick today, while Owen, the sophomore, has 2 goals on the day. Bad pass leads to turnover. Strath Haven will have the ball as they enter the possession. Goes over the net. Number 3 for Strath Haven, working on Jake Toth. Jake not allowing anything though. Let's see what happens here. 47 bobbles it, and 41, new player here for Downingtown West, as Bennis, the freshman on Varsity, is trying to get 47 to get off the ball. 47 is forced to pass it, and he did. He forced him out of bounds, and West will now have the ball, and starting the attack will be Nicholas. Nicholas passes it to 19. Hangy working away past half field. New member on the field as number 26 as Tchaikovsky, another freshman. Working on him. Then we got another new one, that's Randall, also on the field for Downingtown West. Lundmark still there looking for his hat trick. Nicholas passes it to Tchaikovsky. Back to Nicholas. To Hawkes, to Nicholas, back to 26. Number 45 receives the ball for West. West looking to get another one on the board here. Go up by 10. And still working on the defender. 45 works his way in. And, oh, what a save there. 45, that was Hawkes there on the attempted shot. Gets denied by the goalkeeper. 47 working his way up. Number 3 working his way in. Jackson Chiappa playing some great defense. Number 6 from Connor, trying to get another goal to the day, trying to tell a player to cut in. Does not cut in though. Connor looking for a pass, out route. He gets number 32. 32 attempts to shoot, but doesn't get the shot off. Benzi on him. Connor back on the ball. 47. That is Sean Henry. Sean Henry passes it to 32, who is Cerrillo. Already has a goal. And great defense there forces Strath Haven to throw the ball out. However, they will still retain possession as they went to race to the ball. Number 19 working in for Strath Haven. That's Tate Gorman. Passes it off to 6, but Venzi is there to deny it. And he throws the ball up in the air, see if anybody can catch it. And 8 for Strath Haven catches it. 3, 2, 1. And that's the game. Downingtown West wins their first game of the year, 13-4. Goal scores today: 2 for Monroe, 2 for Greer, 1 from Eddie Moore, 2 from 1 from Berge, 2 from Michael Straub, 2 hat trick for Kevin Lundmark, a single goal for pardon me, a double goal for Owen Lundmark as we now lead to the final score of 13-4. This has been Mitchell Weininger. Thank you guys for tuning in for the first ever 2020 men's lacrosse matchup for Downingtown West. See you guys next time.